Welcome, everyone. Thank you for joining me for another healthy living class. This one is all about poop. All right, let's face it, not usually a topic for discussion among us regular folks, but it should be. So hang in there with me and I'm going to explain why. Why are we going to talk about this? I promise you it's really important. Your bowels and your microbiome go hand in hand with good health. You are going to look at yourself in a whole new way by the end of this class. Okay, a little bit of history here. How did we get the word poop? Originally from Middle English, poopin or poppin, and it originally meant fart. The word was based on the sound. And according to Mr. Chapman, the slang word poop came into use around 1900. The first recorded use of paper for cleansing is from the 6th century in medieval China. It was discovered in texts of scholar Yen Chi Tui in 589 AD. But by the early 14th century, the Chinese were manufacturing toilet paper at the rate of 10 million packages of 1,000 to 10,000 sheets annually. Then, moving forward, in 1393, thousands of perfume paper sheets were also produced for the Hongwu imperial family. Paper became widely available in the 15th century, but in the Western world, modern commercially available toilet paper didn't originate until 1857 when a man named Joseph Gayeti in New York marketed something called medicated paper for the water closet. He sold it in packages of 500 sheets for 50 cents. Before his product hit this market, though, Americans improvised in clever, if not uncomfortable ways. You can see those listed here. Before toilet paper became prominent, in 981 AD in Burgundy, which is a region of France, people used leaves to wipe their behinds. With women having a little more sensitive skin, the normal leaves would start hurting their butts after a while. So, one woman, her name was Adelaide, at the time she was Queen of Burgundy and the Empress of the Holy Roman Empire. She tried using rose petals and rose leaves. This was very soothing, she found out, and she spread the word to all the women of her land, and they all began using roses. That's where her poop smells like roses, the term was coined. Okay, so if a natural and what should be normal daily discussion has accrued this many labels, one would think that this warrants some importance. But when was the last time you spent any time thinking about the number of times you do this each day? What does it look like? What does it smell like? What's the color or the texture? Now, as grossed out as you might be now about this, this is important. So we're going to talk about it. Okay, it's become standard in my home to ask daily, did you poop today? Follow up questions seem to be, how was it? Was it hard to get out? Was it runny? Now, keep in mind, I have three young children. This became norm because one of my kids has a severe gut issue. And after 7 years of studying this, the gut, microbiome, everything else that goes along with it, it just became part of our family routine. Now, the basic idea is if what's going in is coming back out in a timely manner, then it's working more or less in the way it's supposed to. Okay, so back to the original question. How many times a day should you be pooping? In this little bar graph, you'll see here, there's generally no accepted standard number for the number of times a person poops. But as a broad rule, pooping anywhere from 3 times a day to 3 times a week is normal. But that depends on what's normal for you. Now, most people have regular bowel pattern. They'll poop about the same times each day and at the same time, either morning, afternoon, or night each day, if you keep your diet regular. These are some statistics. So, as you can see, it varies greatly. I'll tell you that when I change my diet for whatever reason, if I'm traveling or I have too many birthday parties, kids' birthday parties to go to in a week, if I am not regular, I feel terrible. I feel heavy and bloated and strained and even more tired than normal. Pooping is more important than you give it credit for. Okay, what does your poop look like? Yes, I mean literally get off the pot, turn around, and really look at it. Poop typically consists of digestible fat, food residue, bacteria, and a large percentage of water. Okay, according to Joe Travers, who is a London nutritionist and works for and did this article for the Huffington Post. This is the image on the left with the blue column. Uh, she says that type 4 is the perfect poop. I've also included the Bristol stool chart. The Bristol stool chart is very popular. It's one of the most popular stool charts that's out there. But I put them both there side by side so you could corroborate them. But I like the other one better, the one that says, "What does your poo say about you?" And the reason I like it is because it tells you what you can do to help fix your poop. Now, the overall gist of the matter is drink more water, which reminds me, I'm offering a free mini course in healthy living, which talks all about the importance of water. But you can only get access to it when you join our mailing list. It also includes two other mini courses, one on mental health and one on self care, that you'll get when you sign up for our mailing list. Um, so all you have to do is sign up for the mailing list. Okay, poop, important. What color is your poop? Okay, so now we just talked about your poop in terms of shape and consistency. Now, let's talk about color. Yeah, I know this must be grossing you out even more, but you're gaining knowledge, and knowledge is a key to a successful, healthy life. So, the color of your poop can change, and it changes depending greatly on what and how much you're eating, as well as your bile. Your bile is so important. It's an important factor to making the color usually brown. Okay, poop is normally brown, but it can also be green. Now, green, it can turn green if you're doing some of these things. Eating certain green supplements, um, such as chlorella or a green blue algae, will also do that if you eat them in a large amount. Irons, some kind of irons can also make your poop green. Eating lots and lots of green foods might tint your poop green. Okay, if it's yellow, yellow is still considered in the normal-ish side of color of poop. But more commonly, this is found in new babies. But if you find that your poop is yellowy, it looks greasy and smells really bad, you may have way too much fat in your diet. Consider that there may be a digestion issue as well. Also, people who have celiac disease may have poop within that yellow family. White, palish, or a clay colored poop, basically colorless. Ask yourself, have I recently taken medications for diarrhea like something called bismuth sublicolate? I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. But anyways, it's in kaopectate and pepto-bismol, or something called barium. So since bile is created in the liver, and bile is what needs to turn poop brown, you may want to talk to your doctor about your liver. People who have liver diseases such as hepatitis um, can make your poop colorless as well. Okay, black. If your poop is black, um, usually a newborn baby's first poop is very black and it's called meconium. But outside of that, unless you ate something very dark colored or took a medication or supplement that causes your poop to be black, you should consider definitely reaching out to your doctor because that could be digestive tract issues, upper GI issues, or esophagus or stomach issues. Now, some of those medications or foods or supplements that could cause black coloring in your stool are these: licorice, blueberries, blackberries. If you take something called activated charcoal, and also some iron supplements can all make your poop black, red or a reddish colored. Okay, this can be alarming if you see this in the toilet. But again, think about it. Have you had a lot of beets or tomato soup, gelatin products that have been dyed red are really good at making your poop red. Also, red drinks. Have you had that Red Bull lately? Ugh. If you have, try to, dissuade yourself from having another one. But if you have bright red poop, bright red, like fresh blood red, and you're sure that it is blood, definitely reach out to your doctor, okay? Because that could be issues from your lower digestive tract. Okay, last but not least, orange. Beta carotene can turn your poop orange. Beta carotene can be found in carrots, winter squash, pumpkins, sweet potatoes, and there are some antibiotics that also can turn your poop orange. And acids that have aluminum hydroxide can also tint your poop orange. Okay, now rarely your poop can be orange if you don't have enough bile. But if you don't have enough bile, it's usually due to a blockage. So just consider that. Okay, generally foods with artificial coloring, in particular like sodas, candy, very frequently gelatin based products can make and will make your poop discolored to some degree. If it's white, bright red, or black, and you know it's not from something you ate, please, please reach out to your physician, your doctor. All right, your scent. Everyone has their own particular scent. Okay, now you have to smell it. So I don't mean like a yogi style, take a deep breath in and hold it kind of smell. Just a quick whiff. The smell comes from your microbiome, that microbiome that's in your gut. You attained that from your mother at birth. However, the food you ingest is what can make the smell more or less putrid or more pleasant. And here are some pointers uh, to try to help you figure out what makes it worse and what makes it better. Carbs. Carbs are a definite bad smelling factor because they sit and they ferment as they go through your guts. Okay, so fermenting obviously makes that really pleasant gas smell. Sulfuric foods, uh, onions, garlic, high fat foods, these are all sulfuric. Dairy, meat, alcohol. As these break down in your digestive tracts, they make really sulfuric smelling stools. Beans and legumes, they have an enzyme in them which keep them from being digested fully. And because of that, they create an extreme amount of gas in your digestive tract. Although there are too many things for us to list here, just note that if your particular perfume, quote unquote, seems to be particularly rank all of a sudden, you might want to consider your diet and reach out to a nutritionist. If your stool is waxy looking or tacky in texture, tacky meaning like it looks sticky, um, or if there's a sudden drastic change in your frequency, diarrhea, or the other direction if you're constipated, or the consistency in your comfort, meaning it's extremely difficult to get out. Um, Again, reach out to your nutritionist, your doctor, your physician, anybody trusted nutritional information. The three things mostly that you do not want to smell in your stool: metallic, if it smells like vomit or sewer gas, and if it smells really sweet. Okay, these are the three top things that should be concerning to you. Okay, how can you make it smell better? According to the Green Smoothie Girl, whom I really enjoy her information, not necessarily that I agree with everything she says, but a lot of it, I would say 90% of what she puts out there, I do like and do agree with. One can almost eliminate the smell of poop altogether by eliminating meats. Now, that's what the Green Smoothie Girl says. Now, I can tell you, when I took her 26-day detox class, my poop smelled so much better because at the end of that 26-day detox, I had not had any meat. Um, Now, if you're interested in that, you're going to find a link to her 26-day detox on my Healthy Living Resources page, which those links are on the homepage in my blog. If you want to make some immediate improvements, the first thing you can do is increase your water intake. The more frequently you flush out that poop from your body, the less it has time to sit and fester inside your intestines. Now, you can add more fiber. When adding more fiber, remember that some things, even vegetables that have good fiber in them, can change the smell of your stools. So, if broccoli makes you particularly gassy, maybe try a different fiber or fiber supplements. Now, other than taking prebiotics from a pill, you can try asparagus, artichokes, um, raw greens, banana, brown rice. And for probiotics, unless you're going to take a pill, you can try kombucha, fermented vegetables, sauerkraut, kimchi, kefir, and ACV, which is apple cider vinegar. If you're going to take an apple cider vinegar, I recommend straight from the bottle. I do not recommend apple cider vinegar supplements because most of them have gelatin and sugars in them, which are counterproductive to the probiotic itself. As for exercise, whether that's chair aerobics at your desk or a quick walk around the block on your lunch break, just get up and move more. Okay, your microbiome. Now, the microbiome is a whole class in and of itself, and I'm going to be doing a microbiome class probably within the next month. But here is the gist of it, because it is the key to your digestive system. It is a community of organisms, the microbial community that lives in your intestinal tract. It is an influencer of metabolism and immunity and a mediator of resistance to some pathogenic infections. So, but in other words, it's really important to your overall health. I just can't stress that enough. It contains an estimated 500 to 1,000 different species and 100 trillion organisms. It can be disrupted by, among other things, stress, diet, hygiene, and the use of antibiotics. Now, until I can get around to making that class dedicated to this extremely important part of our bodies, I invite you to reference the source at the end of the class slides. Okay, should your poop sink or float? When you do the do you hear a steady stream of lumpy, runny goop, or do you hear a plop? Okay, The outcome is if you hear the plop, you are a winner. You want your poop to land in the bottom of the bowl. You don't want it to float on top of the water line like a turtle perch, okay? It should be on the bottom. An occasional floater is nothing to worry about, but if it frequently floats and looks or feels greasy, it could mean that you're experiencing malabsorption as it's going through your digestion tract. If diarrhea seems to be the name of your game and it's continual, reach out to your physician. Now, I talked about the sources. So the bottom right corner on each slide, you'll find a number. Now those numbers correspond to these sources. Okay. Here's the next page's sources. If you like this class, I offer a lot of other classes on my blog under the classes and products tab. I'd love for you to join. Remember, knowledge is key to making your life a healthy one. If you're ready to make changes in your own life and want someone to coach you along, I'm waiting for you. When you're ready, go to my blog and click in the coaching tab. You can also find me on these social media sites. Feel free to email me if you have any questions. And don't forget, I have some free resources for you on my blog on the homepage. Make sure you go there. There's lots of good information there, not only on healthy living, but also for mental health and self-care. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'm here for you when you're ready.